Games that we used to play indoors, they were mostly based around those like albums, like football albums. If the World Cup was on, or another competition, or actually, I remember it as the World Cup, but then there were loads of albums because there was one based on the Ewoks film that just came out, or some other, kids show or something else. Actually, the first album that I ever collected was the World Wildlife Fund, WWF. It was all based on animals. Stickers of animals. Yeah. And then after that, I think it was like Italian 90, and then there were like a couple of Star Wars ones. But the games were all based on the stickers. So there were two games. There was Tapke and Klopke. And Tapke was where you'd get the stickers. So you put we were playing each other, and you put your sticker and I put my sticker in on top of each other.
Visible.
Yeah. So they would kind of go you'd sort of put like that, and then you'd put the other one over the top, and then I'd go with my hands, like one or two, whatever was the skill, and then you'd sort of tap them, and then if they turned over, you could claim them. And if nothing happened, then we'd put more cards down, and then it would be like raised into a pile. So every time you sort of tap them, anything that turned over, you would claim. So it was like a way of winning more of the stickers. That was Tapke, and Klopke was a sort of similar thing, but you'd kind of start and then you'd throw them off the table, but you were allowed to bend them in some way to make them.
What does Klopke mean?
So Tapke is just because it sounds like tapping. Klopke means like trapping. I think that's what it means, but I don't know if it's necessarily to do with that game. So you'd kind of let them fall down, and then this would go on for quite a while, so that your winnings could be a lot larger. So as soon as so you had a go, and then I would have a go with my sticker, and if they fell on top of each other, then I could claim all of it, and then the game was over. I could take them all, but it would take quite a while for them to actually fall, for the one to fall on the other, and until as long as we're missing, then the other person would have a go. So then you'd bend it slightly, so then it'd be like, and then you'd have a go, and so on. So the whole thing would be like covered in cards. So you usually start with the first card, but just like try to get really far away, and then eventually they get closer, and then you'd be like.
So this was completely.
This was in the classroom, yeah.
Fabricated and made up by yourselves.
No, the whole city played them. So I think everyone probably in the whole of Serbia kind of played them. So it was just like a common game that all the kids sort of knew and played.
Do you think it was ever played with anything with card game,
No. This was just with stickers, because you would kind of abuse the stickers. You sort of shape them, bend them, crease them, and all of these things to make them either tap better or fly better.
And do you think that was a game in its own right, or would it still be about getting as many cards to stick in the albums? That was just more. No, that was more for playing. Like for the albums, you would kind of trade each other, but then the stack of stickers that you had for playing, they were doubles, but they were also in really bad shape, so they wouldn't be your valuable ones. The ones that were like valuable that you wanted to trade, or the ones that you wanted, you would just keep them properly, and then those games would just be for fun, or for like rather than like, oh, I really need that card, let's play the game. Because they were often just kind of abused, but it was just like a fun game. And did you ever finish an album or get very close to one?
Yeah. I think also back there wasn't the option of like if you were one short. I only realised when I got here, if you were like a few short, you could pay a certain amount of money and send a letter to Panini or whoever it was, and then you just say, I'm missing numbers 74, 77, 83, and then they'd send you the stickers, but it was only up to like 20. So when you got to 20, you could actually get them back from the publisher, but back there you couldn't. So you just had to either keep buying or keep trading.
It wasn't possible then, or?
Oh yeah.
It just that you didn't know about it. You didn't know that you could do this.
They only started doing it recently. the people doing the albums and the publishing, they never did it in those days. But yeah, there was.
So which albums do you remember most that you?
Well, the first one was the WWF one, and then I remember a couple of kind of cartoon based one. There was one, I think it was something like Star Trek, but it was like an animated Star Trek. I'm sure there was one about Ewoks, and then one about a sort of random cartoon. I don't know what it was actually. And then all the football ones like Italia 90, and then wherever the European Championships were the following year in 1992. Then there was like America 94, and then I think I probably stopped after that. But yeah, the big one was Italia 90. That was like the because you're 10 and you're sort of preoccupied with all of those things. I think I still remember the last one. Yeah, I remember the last one that I needed. It's like a Belgian player called Luke Nielsen.